What's going on, everybody? It's Dani here from Darts, and welcome back to episode 10 of Path to Pro. This is the series where I'll be documenting and vlogging my journey moving from an amateur darts player to hopefully one day stepping on the Ali Pali stage. As always, I want to thank you guys for the massive support on the last video, and if you could smash the like button on this one, it would mean a lot. Before we get into the video today, we're going to give you the chance to win a set of my custom darts. They have arrived. Here they are, looking beautiful. And I've set aside a couple of sets for giveaways. If you want to be in with a chance of winning, all you need to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below what are your favorite set of darts you've ever used. That is it. That's all you need to do to win a set of these fantastic darts. Other than that, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Let's get straight into the vlog. So we are back for a little voiceover. In this section, we're going to be going over a game of Bob's 27 I tried the other day. This is my first time, well, it's actually my second time ever. I tried it one more time before recording this. This is my second time ever playing this game. The score I got was like an average score, but Bob's 27 is the doubles routine put together by none other than Bob Anderson. The rules of this game, it's pretty simple. You start with 27 points and you throw 3 darts at each double from 1 to the bullseye. If you miss the double with all 3 darts, you lose the score from the missed double. So for instance, if you miss double 2 like here, or double 3, you miss 4 or 6 points. If you hit the double and get the value of the double to the total, every hit you get that score. So if you hit double 6, let's say 3 times, you had 36. If you hit it once, you had 12. Yeah, it's an interesting game. It's not really too accurate when it comes to, I think anyways, seeing how well you'll do with your doubles, but it is a fun game to play nonetheless. So with that being said, I just said, you know what, I'll leave most of this in. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, but it's a fun game. Obviously, the cool thing about this for myself is the Scully allows me to just actually track this in real time, as you can see that there. But yeah, in this clip again, I'm working, it's been so inconsistent, I'll be the first person to say that. I'm working on my throw ever since going through a lot of the coaching stuff with Daniel. Hopefully you guys notice the difference here. You can see a few things that are different in my throw. It's a lot slower, it's a lot, I think, more consistent and replicated or replicable when it comes to the setup. But other than that, I'm enjoying it so far. I think I look sturdier when I'm throwing. It looks a lot more repeatable. It's still a bit inconsistent though, and it's something I am trying to work on, which is getting my throw to a position where I can feel confident replicating, and also if things go wrong in game, knowing what I need to fix. That's a big thing for me as well. Even when I'm playing online games, it's just seeing sometimes I'll just have a few bad scores in a row and I'm like, what is wrong? This is the way I normally play. I think for me, it's just not being able to know exactly and have like almost a checklist in my mind as to what has gone wrong and how to be able to correct that. I have another session coming up in the next few days with Mr. Pill Daniel himself, and I will give some insights from that. And when I give some insights from that, you guys will get to see the changes I've made and how that's affected my throw going forward. But yeah, other than that, I just thought I'd give a quick voiceover. I hope you enjoy what's left to come in the video. As always, I appreciate the support on all these videos from you guys, and I will chat to you guys soon. Back to the vlog. So guys, what is up? I thought I'd do something a little bit different. Now we're gonna do a Q&A. I asked people over my Instagram to ask me anything darts related, anything life related, whatever it is you want, and I got a good few questions over there. Unfortunately, I can't pick all of them, but we're gonna have a little throw around now. We're gonna play a couple legs, and in the meantime, I'm gonna get back to some of them questions. So the first question comes from Max. I'll put the questions on the screen, and he says, do you have a time frame goal of when you want to turn pro? Now, I'll be 100% honest with you, Max. I guess asked this a lot, and that's why I included it. As I mentioned, I want to go for Q School next year. For me, it's not necessarily about becoming a pro then and there next year. I don't think that will happen. My goal is to A, document this series, but B, show you guys what it's like to become a pro. So for me, ideally by the end of 2024, so the start of 2025, I'm in a position where for Q School 2025, I'm actually looking to take a scorecard that year. The next question comes from Sean, who asks, when are your darts on sale? My darts are already on sale, Sean. They are pretty much, the pre-orders are gone, and there is, I think at the time of recording this clip, 6 sets of normals left. You want to go grab them as always. We actually have some pictures in this week. They are arrived and with Zach at the moment, so I just have to go over and collect them. They're back from the manufacturer. They're looking sick, and I'm very excited to get my hands on them. So if you do want a set, as always, drop me a message on Instagram saying custom darts. Price is €45 plus shipping for these now, and yeah, if you want them.
Go pick them up. Next question comes from Tim, and he asks, how I hit double one not taking 50 goes at it. I mean, we'll give it a go now, but as I always say with double one, if you're left in double one, always aim for your first dart to go above the double, and just use it as a marker. So let's get set up. For here, I'm just looking to be honest with you, on my board, aim for between the W and the wire, and if it drops down at the bottom of the W, happy days. So there we go. So, you know, for me with double one, it's always about aiming. As I said, the first dart is always trying to go loop it over the actual double itself. So my second two darts there are actually where I normally aim my first. I'll just take that out of the board to show you. So there's my second dart and my third dart. That's actually normally where I aim my first one, and then from there I just really aim at that dart. So yeah, if I knew, without dropping into a 20 or an 18, that happens sometimes as well, but just always aim above on your first dart. And to be honest with you, I always find it's less frustrating and better to hit 3 darts above the double one and get no score than it is to come down and hit the one itself. It's quite frustrating. So double one is a frustrating double. It's called a madhouse for a reason. We always want to go above for the first dart. That's my input there. Darts Logan asks, who is your darting idol, or who's my idol? I assume darting idol. I'll answer it from a darting perspective, and that is none other than Phil the Power Taylor. I don't think I have any other answer that can go into there. Dean asks, who is my current favourite darts player? My current favourite darts player is the Auber genius Dirk van Dijvenbode. Not only is he good at, like, a good player, he's also fantastic at the side of things, which is getting the crowd on your side, which again is something I think some players who are as good, if not better than Dirk, don't do well enough, and that kind of drops their stock. So for me, Dirk, I love it. I'll play a little clip of his walk on here. It's just awesome to be a part of and awesome to experience it. Next question is from Oliver Bielecki, who asks, practice routine and how often should you practice every day to become a pro, in my opinion. Now, without giving too much away, I have a very cool and interesting video coming up on this exact topic next week. AV Billy asks, how do I stop my darts going into the 5 so often? If I had an answer for that, I'd bottle it up and sell it and I'd make a fortune. But I think the biggest thing that I've realised is my alignment sometimes is off. If you keep it really simple and just follow straight through the dart, if you just get your alignment right and really kind of get that setup right where you're stable. My big thing is I jolt a lot during shots. I'm getting a lot more stable now, particularly since working alongside Daniel. Your darts do end up getting a lot straighter, and your margin of error in terms of moving horizontally gets a lot smaller. So really stay stable during your shots, and it really is just focusing on doing that movement, following through, and keeping it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. A lot of the time, you know, I hit 5s when I'm trying to force into a treble, like so. I'll try and show you now. I end up kind of jolting my body, turning my shoulder. I really just need to keep it nice and simple and follow through, and that's where my best darts come from, like that. Again, not the best darts, but straight, and that's where you want it. This is a great question. Dean asks, how would you change the Premier League format to make it better? A lot of people have realised that, and even the players have said it themselves, the new Premier League format gets a bit stale and repetitive after a while. So how I would make the changes, I'd simply revert back to the way it was and have each player playing each other twice over the course of the weeks. Or you have a bigger league, make it 12 people and everybody plays each other once. Or 16 people, you know, and you do maybe 2 matches a night. They're maybe shorter format, move along towards like a Moda Super Series kind of vibe. Or you do it where there's 16 players and it's literally, there's no questions about it. It's the top 16 in the world from January 3rd, after January 4th, whenever the Worlds are finished. That's when you pick the top 16 and go from there. I think it's a much more fair way of doing it. And with that as well, if you give everyone the chance of playing 2 games a night, because some people can have off nights, it gives people also the chance to kind of come back and like make better of the night. So it won't be a lot of matches, but if they're shorter format, maybe even first to 4 legs, we get a lot more action. There's a lot more kind of, I think, variation in the play as well. Another good question. Alex asks, what's the hardest thing about darts for you? And I'm rubbing my eyes here because it's definitely just concentrating constantly and reminding yourself to stay switched on, because if you don't even for 1 second like that, those 2 darts, you can see how quickly, there's a perfect example, your darts can drift if you're not really focused and switched on, just focusing on keeping it simple, staying to the fundamentals, solid base, follow through, and there you go. Bastian asks, will you play your subscribers? The answer to that is 100%. I have already, and I will continue to do so. What you need to do is follow me over on TikTok. That's where I play everybody. I go live maybe once every week, once every 2 weeks. I just go on for an hour or so and play you guys in the evening time. And I'll give the last question to Callum again. I appreciate all the questions I have. I just don't have the time to be able to go and answer all of them. And he asks, what do I do to relax when I'm not playing darts? When I'm not playing darts, I am... I felt the 180 there, so I had to stop talking for a second. But when I'm not playing darts, the biggest things I do, I'm a big fan of music, big fan of football, big fan of MMA. On top of that, I am a massive foodie. I love cooking. I've also really started to get into collecting watches. So yeah, there's a few things amongst many other things I do that I do outside of darts to help myself relax and unwind. As I mentioned before, the best thing about all this is I get to kind of work my own schedule at the moment, which is fantastic, and that means I can wrap all of this YouTube and all the dart stuff around that. Yeah, there is the Q&A. Again, I appreciate all you guys for asking your questions. I'll be doing a Q&A roughly every 5 episodes or so stay tuned for the next one. I'll be dropping it. Follow me on Instagram. Here's where I'll be dropping the Q&A where you can add all the questions. Let's get back into the vlog. So I guess one of the things I want to go into next is what's kind of a timeline of tournaments I have coming up, because I know it's something I get asked a lot. In terms of the online scene, what I do have is Season 9 of the GDL, and I will try and show you guys as much game footage as possible in the coming episodes. That's something I really want to get back to doing. Apart from being busy from work, one thing I do have in the next 4 weeks is I am going to fly over to the UK and compete in the DartsReferee Open with Jack and all of the other YouTubers. Like last year, there may even be a few PDC pros there, and this is something I'm really looking forward to. Unfortunately, I can't make the GDL live this year as I have a wedding to attend, but I definitely will be at the next one. And I'm looking to head over to the UK if we finally can't get it sorted in Ireland for an ADC event around the middle of June. Between the online darts and those 2 or 3 in-person events, it's plenty of darts and more importantly, plenty of footage to show you guys over the next few months. So yeah, with that being said, that's it for today's vlog. We got a very interesting vlog coming for episode 12. As always, if you want to enter the giveaway for the custom set of darts, all you need to do is leave a comment below, like this video and subscribe, and the comment needs to be what was the best ever set or your favourite set of darts you've ever played with, and that's it. You can have 1 entry per account, but there's no limit to the amount of accounts you can have comment on the video. Other than that, a big shout out to all my patrons. As always, the names are on the screen here, and as always, if you're a fan of darts, be sure to subscribe. Until next time.